When you forgive, you love. And when you love, God's light shines upon you. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. To love means loving the unlovable. To forgive means pardoning the unpardonable. Faith means believing the unbelievable. Hope means hoping when everything seems hopeless. The stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive but do not forget. Not forgiving is like drinking rat poison and then waiting for the rat to die. Inner peace can be reached only when we practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is letting go of the past, and is therefore the means for correcting our misperceptions. The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward. The practice of forgiveness is our most important contribution to the healing of the world. Any fool knows men and women think differently at times, but the biggest difference is this: men forget, but never forgive. Women forgive, but never forget. Be the one who nurtures and builds. Be the one who has an understanding and a forgiving heart, one who looks for the best in people. Leave people better than you found them. Forgiveness is the name of love practiced among people who love poorly. The hard truth is that all people love poorly. We need to forgive and be forgiven every day, every hour increasingly. That is the great work of love among the fellowship of the weak, that is the human family. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Forgiveness must be immediate, whether or not a person asks for it. Trust must be rebuilt over time. Trust requires a track record. But we can't go back. We can only go forward. Dumbledore says people find it far easier to forgive others for being wrong than being right. Always forgive, but never forget, else you will be a prisoner of your own hatred and doomed to repeat your mistakes forever. I have learned that the person I have to ask for forgiveness from the most is myself. You must love yourself. You have to forgive yourself every day. Whenever you remember a shortcoming, a flaw, you have to tell yourself that's just fine. You have to forgive yourself so much until you don't even see those things anymore. Because that's what love is like. I could easily forgive his pride if he had not mortified mine. To err is human, to forgive, divine. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Throughout life, people will make you mad, disrespect you, and treat you bad. Let God deal with the things they do, because hate in your heart will consume you too. Forgiveness has nothing to do with absolving a criminal of his crime. It has everything to do with relieving oneself of the burden of being a victim, letting go of the pain and transforming oneself from victim to survivor. It is important that we forgive ourselves for making mistakes. We need to learn from our errors and move on. Listen. Slide the weight from your shoulders and move forward. You are afraid you might forget, but you never will. You will forgive and remember. Forgiveness in no way requires that you trust the one you forgive.